All right, today we're going to solve some proportions, and you'll notice here it says with weird answers, all right? So sometimes when we cross multiply to solve our proportions, the answers that we get aren't nice numbers, all right? This is going to be some great examples of that. For example, this first one, remember we solved proportions by cross multiplying. So if I go from the top left to the bottom right, 10 times 7 is 70, and then we're going to set that equal to crossing the other way. 6 times x, of course, we can't do that yet, so we have to leave it as just 6 times x or 6x. Right, and how do you undo multiplication? With division. If I divide both sides by 6, I'm just left with x on the right side. On the left side, 70 divided by 6. Does not turn out very nice. So what you could do is, one, either leave it that way as 70 over 6 as your answer. I would take that if I was a teacher, or if I was your teacher, I should say, or you can just throw it into the calculator exactly like it looks. 70 divided by 6, which is 11.6 repeating, or depending on how your teacher has you round, 11.67, 11.667, whatever they have you do there. Now, personally, I don't like put it into my calculator. I think that's an extra step, and so that's why I take this answer for my students. Let's try a couple of others that have maybe a binomial or two terms in some of these different tops or bottoms. For example, this one is going to be 2 times 8, which is 16. And then when you have a monomial, one term, times a binomial, two terms, I like to put the single term on the outside of those sets of parentheses and put the binomial, the two terms, inside. Why do we do that? Because we can distribute in. Okay, so I'm going to have 16 equals 7x, and then 7 times the negative 5 is negative 35. Just like that. All right, we got to undo some different operations here to get the x by itself. First, I'm going to add 35 to both sides. And it's a terrible 5. That's going to give me 51 equals 7x. And if we divide by 7, let's see here. That is not going to work out nice. So I'm going to do 51 divided by 7 is 7.2857. Oh, can round that a long way. Let's call it 7.3. So again, I would take either this answer, 7.3, or if you leave it 51/7 like me, because I'm lazy, that's 51/7. Both are acceptable. Last one, we have this monomial times a binomial. That's going to go on the outside of our parentheses, x minus 8. On the inside, 3 times 9 is 27. Distribute in our 7 to get 7x minus 56 equals 27. Add the 56 to the other side, just like so. And now we have 7x equals 318. All right, divide by 7. Now again, I know that like 77 divided by 7 would be 11. And if I add another 7 onto that, that'd be 84. So this would be, it's not going to turn out nice, is it? So we could either leave it as 83 divided by 7 or throw it into your calculator, 83 divided by 7, which is, let's say, 11.9. All right, so that is how you would solve proportions with some of those gross answers.